Hello and welcome to another Rightly Witterings with me, Michael Jex, the tea drinking author. And I've been thinking about different things to talk about, and today I just wanted to mention a direct comparison, really, because I thought it could be useful and possibly moderately interesting, you never know. So I thought what I would do was look at a couple of notebooks in direct comparison, and they are these pocket notebooks. Why pocket notebooks? Well, because they are convenient. Now, I have this wonderful Lockbee pocket journal, and it is great. I love the fact that it has the ability to store credit cards, whoops, can't really see that, credit cards, notes, things. It has another pocket at the back, so it's got this ability to store quite a lot of different things. And it can store, in this case, 5 different notebooks. And having that sort of flexibility means that this is a really practical, handy little notebook to carry around with me when I go out for walks, when I go out to trips on London, and I don't want to be lumbered with a particularly large briefcase or rucksack or anything. But just look at the size of it. It is about the same thickness as these two put together. And when I look at the height, these are all at the same level. It stands almost an inch taller than these other two. So I thought, let's just look at these and say, what is the difference between them? What's nice, what's not so nice? So, let's look at the William Hannah first. Now, I love this. It's a pocket notebook I got some time ago. And William Hannah is always made of this gorgeous leather with a contrasting suede interior. What's really nice about these is you can have it designed to exactly your own specifications. So you tell William Hannah what sort of leather on the outside, what sort of leather on the inside, even what colour stitching you want, and they will accommodate you. It's a really, really clever design with 2 pockets which are nicely designed for credit cards or business cards. When I say nicely designed, they slide in that way. So when your little pocket notebook is closed, those credit cards can't fall out. I like that. Good, big plus point. It holds its notebooks by just simply shoving the outer back cover into this pocket, which means you've also got this as an extra pocket to store things, as well as the area down here. So in terms of functionality, really good. Very handy as an extra wallet. It will fit into almost any pocket. It's nice and slim. And if you want, it comes with a pen loop here. And the pen loop is a thick piece of leather that stretches down to this screw. The screw is just the opposite side of the William Hannah logo. And sticking out from the piece of leather, there's a stitched on piece of elastic. So it'll take just about any size pen you want. And that is the William Hannah. Really nice. Well designed. And the notebooks, takes a little bit of searching on their website to find the notebooks, but when you do find them, they're glorious. You can have them lined dot grid or plain. The paper is 150 GSM and it's superb. You cannot fault William Hannah paper. The only fault I would give it is the notebooks tend to have a smaller number of pages. So the actual amount of paper that you can write on is a bit reduced. However, they're very reasonably priced, and being set up in the UK, it means that I can get hold of these really quite easily, even in a world of trade wars. So, how does that compare with that? What is this? This is a Paper Republic notebook. Now, it's a lot simpler. This is not 2 layers of leather, one inner and one outer. So I've got blue suede on the inside and a dark burgundy on the outside. This is just like a Midori Traveller's notebook. It is just one piece of leather that comes all the way round and covers your notebook. So there's no means of slotting a credit card in there. Except there is. If you buy this, which is a separate card, although I think they call it paper, but it's really a card insert, then you can insert your credit cards into these little slots, which seems nice, but I'm always terrified that when it's shut up, my cards may just fall straight out. It's not as secure as having the cards inserted sideways like that. So that's one downside. On the upside, you can get these fatter A6 notebooks from Paper Republic, which are glorious and I find really desirable. They even do sketching paper, which is watercolour proof, I believe. I haven't actually tested that yet, but I will do. I like the fact it comes with a Midori Traveller's Notebook style closure. And what is really nice is if you can get yourself a stamp made, you can personalise it any way you want. They will of course put embossed lettering on it for you in silver or gold if you want. But I just liked the idea of having my office logo, which is MJ, around a dagger, and having that put on. It works well as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't really do that with this, because I think that would spoil the look of the leather. This is a little bit more rough and ready. It's the sort of thing that I have taken out with me on a daily basis just because it's convenient. This I've taken out much more often when I'm going to business meetings, when I've been going up to club events and things. It looks that bit neater when you're wearing what we would call dinner jacket, what you American chaps would call a tuxedo. It just looks neater and tidier. I think this doesn't look too bad either though, and it is much more neat and transportable than, although I love it, the Lockbee. Now I did mention that this comes with a pen loop. I removed that, very easy to remove. Unscrew this screw and just it slides out, then put the screw back in. Why did I take it out? Well, I found that with it in there, it just made the notebook that bit fatter, and I didn't really want it like that. It also distorts the leather slightly. You can see that this has swollen out just a bit. The other thing that's a little bit disappointing is that you can see the front and the back are the same size. Now, this cover, as you can see, goes right to the edge where the stitching is. If you can imagine, at the front it would do exactly the same, but this screw gets in the way and means that it sticks out this way more. So it's not quite so effective, because one thing I would have said would be useful would be to have 2 notebooks side by side, one in the front, one at the back. And of course that's possible. All you need to do is cut a notch out of any notebook. So you'd cut out a section here in the front page, insert it, and then it would be fine. But I don't want to store notebooks with a big cut out chunk. So for me, just very slightly this wins out on that. This wins out because you can emboss your own logo or anything on the front as well. That's appealing. And it is, because it's thinner leather, it feels slightly more portable. This feels a bit more businesslike and not over the top, but it just feels that bit more, if you know what I mean. So which of these two would I recommend? I'd recommend both of them, or either of them. I love them both. This, as I said, really does, I think, look and feel lovely in the hand. It's ideal having that security with your credit cards and things. This is lovely. And I don't think, I mean, it's got its own patina. It's got scratched. It's got marks on it all over the place. I like the fact it has got a closure. I like the fact that it's got two strings, so you can have a number of different little A6 folders in there. I think both of them actually are rather lovely. I've got no objection to either of them. So it is just a matter of personal taste. One thing I would say, they both come in loads of different colours. I personally really like the burgundy red. I think it just looks professional. This one I deliberately got absolutely natural. This is uncoloured, it's not been dyed. It's just the natural colour of the leather, because I thought that would be rather attractive. And do you know what? I was right that once. The only other thing I've done to modify this, apart from the logo, is I've also tied two bits of string in here, which have become my bookmarks. Just a simple thin paracord strings which loop around the top of the elastic in the notebook, as you can see there. I just tied them around, I don't know if you can see that, tied them around there, and they work superbly well, just as simple bookmarks. You don't really need bookmarks for an A6 pocket notebook, but I just thought, what the hell, it could be useful. So there you go. Let me know in the bottom what you think, which you think could be the most desirable. I look forward to your comments. And if that was interesting, don't forget, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to know when the next videos are coming out. And in the meantime, I've got to go now, get changed, because I'm going out for the day. Busy times. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope that was interesting, moderately useful, and let me know what you think. Take care.